These are the 3 things I wish I knew when I started my detail business. Being a mobile detailer has been amazing overall, but I've had some serious ups and downs. That if I would have had a video like this to watch, I could have skipped through the whole beginner stage. When I first started, I had no knowledge of marketing or communication with clients, and something like quoteiq could have seriously helped. I could have started making money way faster if I had this. If you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, and collecting payments all for free, then check out quoteiq. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description. I seriously recommend this if you're a newcomer. The first thing I wish I knew was to check out the areas of jobs I was going to be quoting. Many times I drove out to clients going 25 to 30 minutes deep into the woods, or clients that happened to be much further out than I originally planned for, which would have allowed me to significantly raise my price and therefore increase my profits. This seemingly small mistake cost my business money opportunities as well as time I could not afford to lose. Now that I look back, it would have been such an easy fix. The second thing I wish I would have known was a simple understanding of how to market online. When I started, I thought it would have been similar to my lawn care business, where I just made some simple but nice looking flyers and passed out 100 in nicer areas where I lived. While this wasn't a bad idea, it just didn't put me in front of enough people, making it very difficult to land multiple jobs a week, and the conversion rate was very small. People would end up taking the flyers into their homes, put them on the fridge, and then call me a month later saying, "Hey, we've had your flyer for a while, and I want to schedule an appointment." When I finally began doing Facebook marketing, I took my consistency of jobs from 3 to 4 a month to now 3 to 4 a week. The increase in flow of jobs allowed for me to grow as a detailer in the equipment I worked with to the simple experience from doing a variety of jobs. All this changed when I finally decided to make the switch one random month, and from there I have developed my own strategy that keeps growing and allowing me to get more and more clients every single month. The third thing I wish I would have known is that when working with people, there are going to be a lot of people that aren't serious. Not that you should go in with the mindset that this person might not be legit, but it's easy to get swept up in trying to make as much money as possible and land every single job. Some people are just going to ask you if they can schedule and never text you again. This should never be taken personally because it's just how people are. You're working in the service business. And the service business is probably one of the more brutal ones that you're going to go into. This ranges between the way customers are going to treat you and the way people are going to see you, depending if you're young or your setup isn't that good. Sometimes it's going to be because of your price, which you can test by looking at whether or not you mostly get ghosted after you give them an estimate, which you can easily adjust your prices. But if you're certain you bring great value for your price, you should just stick to your guns and let it be their loss. In my first couple of months, there was this guy on Facebook, and without a doubt, he strung me along, messaging me every single week saying he wanted me to fit him into my schedule, only for him to be a no-show the day of the job. Let's call him Paul. Paul could have been sitting on his couch laughing it off that this kid thinks he's going to clean my car for this ridiculous price. Or Paul could have genuinely been busy, and instead of figuring out a good time for him, he no-showed on me 3 times, and at that point, Paul wasn't going to be getting his car detailed. A couple weeks ago, Paul messaged me again, and finally we met on a Tuesday, and I cleaned his car for a decent amount higher than I would normally charge. Moral of the story, you can never tell if Paul wanted to play around with you and never get the job done, or the wife had him working. This is going to be a bonus one for y'all still watching. The fourth thing I wish I would have known is that a good worker is an absolute must. This allows for you to make significantly more money and finish jobs in better than half the time it might have taken by yourself. Don't get me wrong, you can absolutely do this kind of work by yourself, but the assistance alone of having someone working on the next thing makes the work 10 times easier, especially in the 100-degree Louisiana weather. My girlfriend has been more than an asset, especially when some jobs all it takes is a hot Chick-fil-A sandwich and a Dr. Pepper to really make it well worth it for her. Most people aren't going to get that lucky when it comes to a worker, but listen, as long as you're paying them a fair price, you're probably going to get a fair amount of work. These 4 things alone are going to set you apart from all the other people that weren't lucky enough to have this video pop up on their page. If you are an aspiring mobile detailer and you want to cut the learning gap to start making yourself an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, follow my page and be a part of the lucky few.